Hey party peoples, it's Tuesday, Techie Tuesday. So I decided to do this Loom video. I'm actually loving Loom because you just come here, it's unfiltered, it's unedited, and you get what you get and you don't get upset. So I'm going to talk about some Pinterest SEO tips. So my last Techie Tuesday, I shared how I love Pinterest because your pins, right, and your they show up in Google. Almost anything that you can, look up, like hair balayage blonde, if I could spell. So blonde hair balayage. And I use this example is because my sisters were once booked by someone who found them on crazy, but found them on Pinterest, right? Why? Because then you'll get videos and you get these snippets, and many times you get the rich cards for the images. So here, now some ads because Google has been changing their ads. But if you go down here, this one's a Pinterest, right? Here's another Pinterest. And this is how you could technically get found on Pinterest under images, and sometimes even if I just do hair balayage, for example, let me do all videos, but sometimes instead of videos, see top stories, and then sometimes you'll get, that's funny, see Google's changing. Look at this. I've never seen the maps at the bottom before, have you? Google results. Speaking of Google changes, I am going to do a video in my private Facebook class this week, group I mean, all about the Yoast update. So if you're in WordPress, you're definitely going to want to check that out and join my free Facebook group called Get Found with Views. So back to Pinterest. So Pinterest, it's important, step one, that we optimize our account, and that we find the right keywords inside of Pinterest. The good news is that Pinterest SEO is a lot simpler than Google SEO. So you definitely, number one, want to have a business account if you don't. Oh, Fuse, but I have like a gazillion recipes and a gazillion kids activities, and should I start a new one? My answer is no, because Pinterest is a place, it's not a social media platform. No one's socializing. It's not like, on Instagram. It's not like my Facebook group. People go there to find ideas and save them. So essentially they land on your pin or board, and they can look at your whole account and decide to follow you, but it's very different. So what you want to do is convert it to a business account. You may want to hide some boards that are personal, that have nothing to do with your ideal audience. So let's say your ideal audience is all brides and you have a lot of kid stuff, you may want to hide that. But essentially what I love about Pinterest is that it's a place for both business and pleasure. So you do want in your bio here to add a keyword if you can. So not just your name, but if you want to add a keyword, it's limited. And you also want to add a keyword here in your bio description. Some people, and you want to verify it so this becomes clickable. You want to verify your site, so just Google how to verify a Pinterest site. You could use a plugin, etc. Some people do like to add a call to action here. I know a lot of the fashion bloggers like to add, like, follow me on Instagram, or some people can have a little shortened link there, and trying to convert that Pinterest user into something else. So what you want essentially is that you want a board. Your next step after becoming a business account, optimizing a little bit your bio with some keywords, and keywords are words that people use, right? You do want to create a board, what I call a branded board. So the first board that should be in your account is a board that has all your content, meaning all your blog posts if you blog. Fuse, can I use Pinterest if I don't blog? Well, you do need a website. Technically, you don't have to blog. You could upload photos. You do have to be like a content creator and link to your site. You never want to upload photos and not link them. Your best bet is when you're creating resourceful content, like blog content, will do better. So my answer to that is ideally you should definitely have a blog, but it's not impossible. But of course you need a website. If you just have an Instagram account, then that's not ideal. You can pin your Instagram content. You can even use Tailwind to do that, but that is really not ideal. You're not going to see traffic. Our goal with Pinterest is to drive traffic back to our website and to get found in Google. It's not to go viral on Pinterest, but if you do go viral on Pinterest, that could help those two other things. So you want to create a brand board. So call it your biz name blog, or your biz name. Then what you want to do is you essentially want to put either a quotation or a dot. So this board shows up first here instead of, let's say your business name starts with a Z, then it's going to be last. You also want to make sure that you have your keywords in here. So mine, get found with their creative business, great for photographers, designers, learn how to use social media. Well, learn how to use SEO, social media, and blogging to grow your creative business. And then they brought hashtags back, right? So SEO for photographers, SEO for creatives, creativepreneur. Don't go crazy in the board description. So I'm going to save. So any boards that you do have, you definitely want to make sure they all have a description. The other thing you want to do with your boards is you definitely want to make sure that they have 10 photos each. That they don't look empty, right? And then you're going to decide, maybe there's a board that has 2 photos that you have to decide. Should that board be there or should that board not be there? So I love using Pinterest for keyword research, and when you're building out your other boards that have interests related to your blog categories or to your audience, you really should use Pinterest to know how to name that board as well. So for example, if I do, let me see. Well, I do a lot of blogging related stuff, right? So let's do influencer marketing, because I am working with a lot of influencers and I'm starting to teach influencer marketing and a few other things. So this auto suggest here is really great because it's going to give me what's called long tail keywords. Long tail keywords are keywords that are like 3, 4, 5, 6 bigger keywords that can actually help you. You can land those results easier because they're usually not as competitive. So influencer marketing, every button here appends and makes it a longer tail keyword. So instead of just influencer marketing, it's influencer marketing Instagram or branding, right? And then sometimes when you click some of these, it'll have more. But if you go back to the auto suggest, tips. So that would be a great board name for me, tips. But then the other suggestive keywords I can use for my pin descriptions to make sure that my pin description say, or if I wrote a blog post, check out this, top 5 influencer marketing Instagram tips. Grow your Instagram with influencer marketing. Check out this. And that's the next tip for you. You definitely want to make sure that you add a call to action when you're pinning your own work to your blogs, right? And targeting and sprinkling these target keywords in other places when, your pin title, description, even in your image, etc. Then you want to write a really good title. You want to catch people's attention with the title. You can use adjectives, amazing, pretty, don't miss this fall style. And in Pinterest, 2 words that always do well are going to be, 3, photos, ideas, and inspiration. Also colors too. So if your pin is about a specific color, then you want to do that. Last but not least, because I don't want to make this video too long, is that you really want to do a Pinterest graphic. So you see here, these Pinterest graphics with the title and with the photo, they're always going to do better than just a random little photo. So a lot of photographers that follow me, you guys are blogging your photo shoots and then you're pinning these tiny images and then you're wondering why you're not getting the blog traffic. Well, because you really should be following the Pinterest graphic size. And I use Canva. I think Canva is a great place for a template. But I hope you've enjoyed these tips, and I want you to let me know in the comment below if you have been using Pinterest or what tip did you love the most to learn. And next week, we're going to talk a little bit about scheduling, and I'm going to share my favorite scheduler with you guys. Thanks, and as I always say at the end of my videos, now go get found.